In the previous lectures, we were discussing about revision of VHDL programming. Okay, so that means we discussed about introduction to VHDL programming, then what are the basic things in VHDL programming, and then simultaneously we have simulated certain circuits. Okay, so combinational as well as sequential circuits that we have done in the previous lectures. So now we are going to move forward, and then from today onwards we are going to discuss about Verilog. Okay, so that means actually in the earlier sessions we have discussed about first and second unit. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about third unit. That is a Verilog design. Okay, so Verilog models for different combinational circuits. So I'll share my presentation. So, as we have discussed in a earlier session, that we are using two different HDL line. That is, what is mean by HDL? What is mean
Hardware
by HDL?
descriptive language.
Yes,
Hardware descriptive language.
hardware description language. Okay, so it is a there are two different languages that we use. That is a one is the VHDL and another one that is a Verilog. Okay, so in earlier two units we discussed about VHDL. So here now there is a another language that is Verilog. Okay, so first of all let us see about its history. Okay, so that means who invented this and how it is in the use for the different users. Okay, so Verilog was developed by Gateway Design Automation as an proprietary language for logic simulation in 1984. So it was first developed by Gateway Design Automation. Okay, and after that it was acquired by Cadence in 1989, and then after that in 1990 it was made as an open standard under the control of Open Verilog International. So and after that in 1995 it has become a IEEE standard, that is a IEEE STD 1364, that standard uh, which is used for this language, and then it was updated in 2001 and 2005. So this is about the brief history of Verilog language. Okay, so once it has been used as a IEEE standard, so it is most of the countries that are using this language for the simulation purpose. That then it is used for the FPGA and ASIC designs. So Verilog is a hardware description language, that is a HDL. It is the language which is used for describing digital systems like network switch or microprocessor or flip flop or shift register, that means a memory. So for all these purpose, to design these circuits or these design systems, Verilog language that is used. Uh, Actually, when we are using a HDL, we are describing a hardware of that digital circuit. Okay, at different levels. That means it may be at behavioral level, or it may be a register transfer level or gate level. So at different levels, we are describing these digital circuits. Okay. कुठलंही सर्किट असलं तर आपण ते डिस्क्राईब करण्यासाठी म्हणजे आपल्याला ते डिझाईन करायचंय म्हणजे आपण तिथे काय करतोय की आपण HDL वापरतो, कुठली तरी हार्डवेअर डिस्क्रिप्शन लँग्वेज वापरतो. कारण जर ते सिम्युलेट करायचं आहे आपल्याला तर त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला कम्प्युटरला समजणारी लँग्वेज पाहिजे आणि त्यासाठी आपण एखादी हार्डवेअर डिस्क्रिप्शन लँग्वेज वापरतो आणि that means this Verilog that is a one of the language that is used to describe this digital hardware. So designs which are described in hardware description language uh, that are independent of technology. Okay, so whatever technology that you may be using, but you can describe that design. Okay, so it is very easy for designing and debugging, and no, they are normally more useful than schematics and particularly for large circuits. Okay, so that means whenever you are going for the design using schematics, okay, that means you are using multi-sim software. Okay, so for ECAT like subjects, you are using schematics. But when you are going for, if you compare between these two simulation softwares, okay, you might find these HDLs, these are more easier than that of these schematic type of simulators. Okay, कारण तिथे काय होतं की तुम्हाला ते ड्रॉ करायचं असतं म्हणजे कनेक्शन चुकले तर तुमचं आउटपुट बरोबर येणार नाहीये. त्यासाठी तुम्हाला पर्टिक्युलरली तसंच सर्किट तुम्हाला तिथे बिल्ड करावं लागेल की जे तुम्हाला म्हणजे ऍक्च्युअली डिझाईन करायचं आहे. सो that becomes little bit difficult, and instead of that these HDLs, these are very easy for designing as well as debugging. Okay, so that means if there is certain error is there, so you can easily find out that error because if certain syntax error is there, so you can easily debug that instead of that of the schematic type of simulators. स्कीमॅटिक टाईप ऑफ सिम्युलेटर मध्ये जर तुम्ही स्कीमॅटिक ड्रॉ केला असेल आणि जर काही एरर आला तर तुम्हाला तर डिबग करणं खूप डिफिकल्ट जातं कारण कुठलं कनेक्शन नक्की चुकले हे तुम्हाला बऱ्याचदा लक्षात येत नाही जर मोठं सर्किट असेल तर. ते जर तुम्ही लिहिलं असेल म्हणजे काहीतरी वर्बली तुम्ही ते रिप्रेझेंट केलं असेल तर ते जास्ती सोपं जातं की कुठे काय झालंय ते बघणं. म्हणजे सिंटॅक्स एररच असेल तर तिथे तुम्हाला लक्षात येतं की अरे हा नाही माझं सिंटॅक्स एररच आहे तर ते मला करेक्ट करता येईल किंवा बाकीचे जर काही प्रॉब्लेम्स असतील तर ते तुम्हाला इझिली डिटेक्ट करता येईल. सो दॅट इज वाय दिस इज व्हेरी इझी. नाउ इफ वी look for to which type of abstraction level this Verilog supports, then it supports major three uh, abstraction level, that is a behavioral level, then register transfer level, then gate level, all these major abstraction levels that are supported by the Verilog language. Okay. So now what is mean by behavioral level or abstraction? Can anybody tell me? What is mean by behavioral abstraction or behavioral modeling? Behavioral modeling, that means it will describe how that particular system will behave. Okay, so that means actually that depends on the truth table for of that circuit. Okay, so on that it depends. uh, Here when we are considering a behavioral algorithm or behavioral level of modeling, so in that there is certain system which has concurrent algorithms. Okay, that means those algorithms which can be simulated parallelly. And this each algorithm is sequential. That means in each of these algorithms there are certain sequential statements which are used or which has certain set of instructions that are executed one by one. Okay. So that means there will be sequential execution of the instructions in the algorithm. Okay. So if there are certain functions, tasks and blocks, then they are the main elements of these uh, modeling, and then there is no regard to the structural realization of this design. Okay, so that means here whenever we are considering a behavioral type of modeling, so we cannot have the structural realization. So that means we cannot have the structural type of modeling there in this behavioral level of abstraction. Then register transfer level, where designs using the register transfer level specify the characteristic of a circuit using operations and transfer of data between the registers. Okay. So here when we are considering a register transfer level of abstraction, then there are uh, the circuits, okay, where we are having uh, modeling in such a way that it will show or it will represent how the data will be transferred from one register to another register. Okay, so that type of modeling is there. So modern definition of an RTL code is any code that is synthesizable is called as a RTL. Okay, so that means when we are considering even a behavioral modeling also, okay, so we can synthesize that. So that is also a RTL code. Okay, so that means the any code which we can synthesize and we can represent in the netlist form. So that code is a RTL code. Then gate level modeling. That means here within the logical level, the characteristics of the system are described by logical links and their timing properties. So that means in a gate level modeling, we are having certain logical links between the inputs and outputs. Okay, so all signals that are discrete signals in this gate level, and they are having definite values. That means it will be at a zero logic level or one logic level, that is X and Z. Okay, that means high impedance rate. So all these, only these four logic levels will be there. The usable operations are predefined logic primitives. Okay, so that means the operations that we can perform on this, that are the basic gates or logic or basic logic operations. So this is about the gate level modeling. Now let us see what is the difference and what is the matching between the Verilog and VHDL. Okay, so as we have already discussed about VHDL language, so why to switch for the Verilog and where it is used actually, so that we will see. So both Verilog and VHDL both are the hardware description languages. Okay, that means both these languages that are used to represent the digital circuits. But the inventor for this is the for Verilog it is Open Verilog International, while for VHDL it is a VHDL International. Okay. Then if we look for the characteristic of uh, Verilog, then it has very good acceptance in ASICs. Okay, so that means whenever you are going for the application specific integrated circuits, then uh, Verilog is the good language. Okay, then it has particularly lower level designs, that is a register level transfer and below, and this language that results in a fast simulation. Okay, so very fast simulation that you can perform using Verilog language. At the same time, it is easy in first contact. especially for C language users. So for those who are C language users, for them this will be a very easy. In long term, it might have problems with handling system level designs, but right now that is not the case. While if we consider for VHDL, VHDL is relatively weaker in lower level designs, but superior in higher end and system level design. It results in slow simulation, but constantly improving and very flexible, but also difficult. Here, this VHDL, it has complex characters, then very popular in academia. Okay, that means though this VHDL language that is slower in simulation, but in academic purpose, VHDL is mostly used. Okay, so if you look for the very various academic institutions, they might be using VHDL as the simulation language for this digital circuit. Here, most of the users that believe that in long-term effects, there will be better conditions and adaptability for uh, VHDL. Okay, but right now in industries, Verilog is the mostly used language for hardware description. ओके, सध्या तरी आता म्हणजे इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये जर तुम्ही बघायला गेलात तर VHDL पेक्षा Verilog जास्ती वापरली जाते, पण पुढे लॉंग टर्म मध्ये कदाचित VHDL वापरली जाईल. पण आता जर बघितलं तर नॉर्थ अमेरिका आणि एशिया जपान मध्ये Verilog वापरली जाते, तर VHDL ही युरोपमध्ये आणि मग US आणि कॅनडामध्ये वापरली जाते. ओके, पण जपानमध्ये VHDL फार कमी वापरली जाते किंवा तिथे त्यातलं डिसलाईक केलं जातं आणि तरी पण बऱ्यापैकी VHDL ला जास्त पॉप्युलरिटी आता मिळायला लागली आहे. पण तरीही Verilog सध्या तरी Verilog म्हणजे सिस्टीम Verilog वगैरे या सगळ्यांमध्ये जे काही इनोव्हेशन झालेले आहेत, इन्व्हेन्शन झालेले आहेत, याच्यामुळे Verilog हीच लँग्वेज इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये वापरली जाते. आणि ऍक्च्युली आपण बऱ्यापैकी US कंट्रीजना फॉलो करतो, तर तिथे VHDL पेक्षा Verilogच वापरलं जातं. तुम्हालाही माहिती आहे की आपल्या इंडियामध्ये फारसं ASIC वरती काम खूप कमी होतं सध्या तरी. Okay, but still there is a very much scope if you learn about this Verilog language in the this designing these various applications. Okay, ASIC आणि याच्या FPGA डिझाईन मध्ये जर तुम्ही Verilog मध्ये जर स्पेशलायझेशन मिळालं तर तुम्हाला भरपूर स्कोप आहे तिथे तुमचं करिअर करण्याचा. So that is about the history and whatever is the difference between this VHDL and Verilog language. Okay, now let us see certain basic things in a Verilog. Okay, so if we look for the lexical tokens that are present in the Verilog, so Verilog language that stores text files. Verilog language source text files are a stream of lexical tokens. Okay, that means there will be certain tokens that are used. A token consists of one or more characters, and each single character is an exactly one token. The lexical tokens used by the Verilog HDLs are similar to those in a C programming language. Now remember that Verilog is a case sensitive. Okay, VHDL language that is not case sensitive. That means you can write any identifier in any case. Okay, but Verilog is a case sensitive, so you need to remember how you have first initialized all the identifiers, then whatever keywords that you are using, that should be also in a proper case. Now all the keywords in a Verilog that are in a lowercase. So whenever you are mentioning any keyword in your program, so that time you need to represent it in a lowercase one. ओके. जर तुम्ही केस म्हणजे अप्पर केस मध्ये वापरला तर तुम्हाला तिथे एरर येईल आणि तुमचा प्रोग्राम रन नाही होणार. तर त्यामुळे तुम्हाला काळजी घ्यायला पाहिजे की प्रत्येक वेळेला तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवायचे की Verilog इज अ केस सेन्सिटिव्ह. की VHDL is not case sensitive and that is the major difference between these two languages. VHDL मध्ये तुम्ही कुठल्याही केस मध्ये तुम्ही लिहिलात काहीच फरक पडत नाही. तर फक्त जे काही तुम्ही वापरणार आहात, कॅरेक्टर्स वापरणार आहात ते फक्त सेम सिक्वेन्स मध्ये आलं पाहिजे एवढंच तुम्हाला बघायचं असतं VHDL. पण Verilog मध्ये तसं नाहीये. Verilog मध्ये तुम्हाला केस पण इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. तुम्ही कुठल्या केस मध्ये लिहिता, अप्पर केस मध्ये आहे की लोअर केस मध्ये आहे, तर त्याच्यावरती तुमचा रिझल्ट डिपेंड असणार आहे, त्याच्यावरतीच तुमचे आउटपुट येणार आहे. पण अदरवाईज तुम्ही जर प्रॉपर केस मध्ये नाही लिहिलात तर तुम्हाला तिथे एरर येणार आहे. Then white spaces. Okay, so white spaces can contain characters for spaces, then tabs, new lines, and form sets. These characters are ignored except when they serve to separate tokens. Okay, so that means if there is certain space, so that will be ignored if they are not used to separate tokens. But otherwise, uh, they are not considered in the program. Okay. Then white space characters are blank space, then tabs, carriage returns, new line, and form sets. Okay. So these are the space white spaces. That means they are going to be ignored. Now, if you want to comment in a Verilog language, so that time there are two methods to represent the comment. Okay, one is the you can if you want to comment in a single line. Okay, then you can begin with the token that is a backslash. Okay, two backslashes, and then whatever you want to write a comment that you can write. Okay, so and after that you can end with the carriage return, so that means you can return it to the next line. Okay, so example of this, that here two backslashes and this is single line syntax. So here this is the comment that you can write in a Verilog language. Another way to have a comment, that is suppose you want to have multiple lines comment. Okay, so instead of typing each time this backslash token, you can initially you can have a backslash and then asterisk and then whatever you want to write and then finish with the asterisk and the backslash. Okay, असं जर केलं म्हणजे तुम्ही पहिल्यांदा बॅकस्लॅश आणि ऍस्ट्रिक केलं आणि त्याच्यानंतर तुम्हाला जे काही कमेंट्स मध्ये लिहायचं म्हणजे तुमचा जरी पॅराग्राफ असेल तरी तो तुम्ही लिहिला आणि त्याच्यानंतर परत कम्प्लीट करताना ऍस्ट्रिक आणि बॅकस्लॅश केलं तर तो तुमचं काय होणार आहे, मल्टीलाईन कमेंट म्हणून कन्सिडर. ओके, सो दिस इज द मल्टीलाईन कमेंट दॅट यू कॅन हॅव इन अ Verilog. सो दीज आर द टू. जर तुम्हाला मल्टीलाईन कमेंटच हव्यात पण जर तुम्हाला प्रत्येक वेळेला तुम्हाला पॉसिबल असेल की तुम्ही बॅकस्लॅश करता तर तेही चालणार आहे. म्हणजे प्रत्येक लाईन ही तुमची कन्सिडर होईल कमेंट म्हणून. ओके, पण त्याच्यापेक्षा तुम्ही एका पॅराग्राफ मध्येच ते लिहून फक्त हे जर टोकन वापरलं म्हणजे बॅकस्लॅश आणि ऍस्ट्रिक अशा पद्धतीने तर तुमचं ते मल्टीलाईन कमेंट होते. सो दिस इज द अनदर वे टू हॅव कमेंट्स इन अ Verilog प्रोग्राम. Now, how to represent numbers in a Verilog programming? One method here you can specify number in a binary, then octal, decimal or hexadecimal format. Okay? So in any one of these format you can represent the numbers. So negative numbers that are represented in a 2's complement numbers. Okay, so here remember that whenever we want to represent negative numbers, they are represented in a 2's complement numbers. Then Verilog allows integers, real numbers, and signed and unsigned numbers. So all these type of formats that can be allowed by Verilog. Now here, whenever we are going to represent a number, syntax is what is the size of that number, then radix. Okay, and then value. Okay, so which type of number is that? That means whether it is a binary, octal, decimal, or hexadecimal, that is represented here by the radix. And then what is the value? So this is the way of representing number in a Verilog. Okay, so that means there is certain different way to represent number in a Verilog language. Okay, so how to represent that? That we have already discussed, but still we are going to discuss it in the revision part also. Uh, Size or unsized numbers can be defined in size, and radix defines whether it is binary, octal, hexadecimal, or decimal. Okay. So if you don't want to represent, say the size, so that is also uh, that you can ignore. But still, this will represent what is the size. That means what will be the length of that number. Then this will be the radix. That means what which is the type of that number, whether it is a binary or whether it is a octal or hexadecimal or decimal, that will be represented here. And then value of this number. Now, the next point, that is identifiers that are used in the Verilog language. Identifiers means it is the name that is given to the object. Okay? That means if you want to give a name to function or module or register, so to identify that you need to give certain name, and that we call as a identifier. Identifier should, now whenever we are representing any identifier, so this should begin with the alphabetical characters or underscore characters. So that means here whenever we are representing any identifier, it should start with the alphabetical character. Okay. Identifiers are a combination of alphabetic, then numeric, underscore, and dollar character. Okay. So these two special characters that can be used in the identifier in Verilog. In VHDL जर आपण कम्पेअर केलं तर त्याच्यामध्ये तर तिथे फक्त आपण अंडरस्कोर हे कॅरेक्टर स्पेशल कॅरेक्टर वापरू शकत होतो, पण डॉलर हे नाही वापरत आपण तिथे VHDL मध्ये, पण इथे Verilog मध्ये वी कॅन यूज दिस dollar characters also, so as a identifier. And the length of this identifier, that could be up to 1024 characters. Okay, एवढं मोठे कॅरेक्टर सुद्धा तुम्ही लिहू शकता in a Verilog language. Then operators that are used in the Verilog, that are the special characters which is used to put conditions or to operate the variables. Now there may be one, two, or sometimes more than three characters that can be used to perform operations on variables. So we can have less than, then plus, tilde, ampersand, exclamatory mark, and equal to. So these are the certain operators that are used in a Verilog. Now Verilog keywords. So there are certain keywords that are present in the Verilog. So that has certain special meaning. That means we cannot use them for our applications. Okay, so these are the special characters or special words in the Verilog language, and they have particular meaning. So assign, case, then while, wire, reg, that is a reg, and, or, NAND, and module. So these are the certain keywords that are used in the Verilog language, and we cannot use these keywords as an identifier. So Verilog keywords also include compiler directives, system tasks, and functions. So there are certain another Verilog keywords also. Then data type and value set. So what are the different data types that are present in the Verilog? That are four basic values. Okay, that is 0, 1, x and z. Okay, so 0 that means logic 0 or false condition. 1 that means logic 1 or a true condition. X that is an unknown logic value, or z that means high impedance. Okay, so these are the four data types that are used in the Verilog language. Okay. Now, out of these again, X and Z are very limited use, having very limited use for the synthesis purpose. But 0 and 1, this is the majorly used data types in a Verilog language. Okay. Now, if you compare here with the VHDL, in the VHDL we are using 9 different states. Okay, but here we are using only 4. Then there is one keyword in a Verilog, that is a wire. Now, what is wire? Wire is used to represent a physical wire in a circuit. Okay, that means whenever you are doing any connection, that time you need to use a wire. So that is represented in a Verilog with the wire keyword. So whenever we are saying wire, so it will represent a physical wire or physical connection. So that means whenever we want to connect certain gates or certain modules, we use a keyword that is a wire. The value of wire can only be read and not assigned in a function or block. A wire cannot store values, but it is always driven by a continuous assignment statement or by connecting wire to output of a gate or module. So that means whenever we are saying a certain identifier as a wire, so that means we can assign a certain values to that wire. Okay. प्रत्येक वेळेला आपण त्याच्यामध्ये म्हणजे वायर असाइन केली तर तिथे आपण त्या व्हॅल्यूज कंटिन्युअस असाइन करू शकतो, पण वायर कुठलीही व्हॅल्यू स्टोअर नाही करत, तर ती फक्त काय करते, त्या व्हॅल्यूज आहेत त्या ड्राईव्ह करते, म्हणजे जे कनेक्शन आहेत तिथे त्या कनेक्शनला त्या व्हॅल्यूज असाइन करेल, पण त्या व्हॅल्यूज स्टोअर करत नाहीत. ओके, त्या व्हॅल्यूज कुठे स्टोअर होतात, तर रजिस्टर मध्ये स्टोअर होतात. ओके, सो हियर there are different types of wires, that is a wired AND, that is a W AND, then W OR and try. Okay, so these are the another types of wires. That W AND is dependent on logic and of all the device drivers connected to it. Okay, so suppose we are saying that particular is identifier is a wire. So whatever are the wires that are or whatever is are the connections, okay, to that, so that all these connections will be logically ANDed together. Okay, so that is a WR. Then WR, that means wired OR. So here value of the WR, that is dependent on logical OR of all the device drivers connected to it. Okay, so all the devices that are connected to that wire, so that will be ORed, logically ORed. Then try, that means here all drivers that are connected to a try, that must be Z, that means of the high impedance rate, and except only one which determines the value of try. So that means other only one will have the another value, but all others that will have the high impedance rate. So these are the examples of wire. So how we can assign initialize wires in the Verilog, that is there. So wire, then MSB colon LSB. So what will be the how many wires will be present, that will be represented here if there is a wire variable list. Then wire C, that means it will be a simple wire. W and D, that means whatever are the connections to this D, that will be logically ANDed. Then as we are going to discuss about this keyword afterwards, but assign D equal to A, that means whatever is the value of D, that will be assigned value of A will be assigned to D, okay, and value of here. Now here, this whatever are the connections that are now we have value of A that we are going to assign to D as well as value of B that we are going to assign to that. That means these are the devices that we are connecting to this wire. Okay, that is a WAND. So whatever is the result of the logical ANDing of these two values that will be assigned there. Okay, and that will be present at D. Okay, so this is the one of the example for WAND. Then wire 9s colon 0 A, that means this is the cable which has 10 wires. Okay, so this is the MSP, that is a 9, okay, and 0 that is a LSB. म्हणजे इथे काय असणार आहे तर तुमच्या त्या ए म्हणजेच ही केबल असणार आहे, वेक्टर असणार आहे किंवा बस असणार आहे असं आपण म्हणू शकतो. तर त्याच्यामध्ये 10 वायर्स असणार आहेत, दॅट इज फ्रॉम 0 to 9. Similarly we can have for the W and WR or try. Okay, so that will be there. Okay. So this is about the certain basic things in a Verilog. Okay, so we are going to discuss about more basics in the next unit, next lecture. So for today we will stop here, and then in the next unit, next lecture, we are again going to discuss about basics, and then we are going to perform certain programming, okay, related with this Verilog programming. Okay, so for today we will stop here. If you have